Hey everybody, I found these little Joy, or I don't know how you say that company there, but they make these little avocado keepers. So when you cut it open, they don't turn brown, you gotta throw them away. And they also make this little doohickey here, which I'm using for hummus and celery sticks. So it separates your dip and whatever you're gonna dip in it. I thought I would share that. Hello everybody, it is Thursday and I wanted to check in with you today so that you know how I'm doing this week. How did I do this week? Yesterday I went to my second Weight Watcher meeting and I went at a different time. Last time I went in the evening and it was okay, but this time I went in the morning. I didn't want to wait all day to weigh in, and it was another meeting, and the coach, the wellness coach, she was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. She ran the meeting so well. And I had to leave, so I didn't get to stay for the whole thing. So it really makes me feel bad. But I parked in like a 20-minute parking space because there was nothing left. And so I just had to, after weighing, you know, I stayed for a little while and then I had to leave. So, you know, and for those of you who are wondering, why didn't you just move your car? Because there was nowhere else to go, because apparently she's very popular and a lot of other people were there. It was super crowded. So, but anyway, I'll be back. I hope to be in her meeting again, so we'll see. But anyway, I weighed. Before I weighed in the morning, I weighed myself at home, and I was 3.4 down at home. So I thought, okay, that never translates the same over at the meeting. So I thought, okay, well, let's see what happens at the meeting. And I was down a solid 2 pounds. So I was really, really happy about that. Now I stayed pretty much the same throughout the holidays, which is a huge win for me considering it's the holidays, and I did have some fun, but it was time to get back to work, and so that's what I did. And I was looking at it going, okay, Kat, what did you do so you can keep on going and, you know, maybe have the same success next week, the week after that. Let's see. I know you got to change it up once in a while. But what have I done? Number one, I've been sticking with the triple challenge from Weight Watchers with Carrie, which means get your blue dot every day. I missed one day, but the rest of the week I got my blue dot. Hydration, keep your hydration up. I'm trying for 75 ounces of water every day, and I'm getting pretty close to that, if not meeting or exceeding that. Number three, honest tracking. And that was really hard at the beginning. I would want to say that was really hard, because sometimes you do want to fudge it, you know, a little bit, but it's the fudging it moments that are going to bite you in the butt. Those are the things that you can blame if you don't reach your, you know, your goal for that week. It's the fudging it, the BLTs, the bite, licks, taste, you know, that you have throughout the day. Honest tracking that's where it's at, not wishful tracking, right? You can't do wishful tracking. This is what I would like for it to be. You have to be honest, because the scale is more than honest when it's time to weigh. So I'm so glad that translated to, you know, such a good outcome for me. Let's see what happens during the next week, because you know how it is. Sometimes you're perfect and you have a perfect week and you're up, you know, or you know, you have a perfect week and nothing happens, right? Or you take off 1 week and you have no idea why, but you know, you put them back the next week. So yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I'm happy that this stop on the journey is positive. So I'm just going to soak it in and keep on going, right? Whether it's bad, I'm going to use that to, I don't want to say bad, but more of a negative outcome. I'm going to use that to further the journey. And if it's positive, I'm definitely going to use that as well. What I've been doing lately this week is making sure that my protein is up, my fiber is up. If I'm going to have, now what's funny is that I have had at mostly every single meal, I have had like carbs, right? But I've had low carb options and I've had limited amounts, right? So instead of a sandwich, sometimes I'll use a Dave's Killer Bread. It's mostly, if I use 2 of those slices, it's for breakfast in the morning, because that gives me more time to work it off during the day. and I don't usually have it at lunch. If I have something at lunch, I'll have something like Joseph's pita bread or Joseph's lavash bread, and those are both whole wheat, and those are only like 1 point a piece, and that's the only carb I'll have at the meals. And then yeah, and then if I want a sweet, I will really make full use of the non-fat yogurt, which I mix with like a little bit of low-fat cottage cheese and a little bit of the like a cheesecake light and fit yogurt, maybe some berries or something like that, as you've noticed. And then or I'll mix it with like a little bit of the Jordan skinny syrup added to the non-fat yogurt, and then add, I don't know, fruit or something like that, and make kind of like a really low point ambrosia, right? Like a 1 point ambrosia or something. Or like yesterday, I added the non-fat plain Greek yogurt to a quarter of a box of chocolate fudge Jello pudding, and just a little bit of the Jordan skinny syrup to sweeten it up just a little more. Put a little bit of the Wetty Rip on top of that, and that I ate while my family was having a brownie that we pulled out of the freezer from the holidays. And so I had my own little chocolate fudge decadence that was going on, and it was only one. That non-fat yogurt is so versatile, and it has saved me so much. The protein in it gets my protein level up, and it keeps me so full and satiates me for hours. So that's really helped a lot. What else? Oh, sleep. I've paid a lot of attention to trying to get more sleep in and relaxation, and trying to spend time. Really, if I feel like I'm getting upset or something, take some time. That's why I really enjoy those walks. You know, I do the walks, the 2 miles a day or so on the treadmill that I'm shooting for. I don't run it because my left knee is giving me a problem. I walk it. I do a brisk walk, and then I still do lift some weights. And so I'll do maybe 20 minutes of weights, you know, at following my walking session. The weights I'll only do 3 times a week. The walking I try to do every single day if I can. But I know that's made a really big difference. Yeah, just try to add in a whole grain where I can. You know, it's really, I love bread, so it's really, really helpful to me to keep the grains in, to keep a whole grain in there, to bring up my fiber. I'm trying to get 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day, and I think my sweet spot is more like 25 grams, because if I have too little fiber, I have problems. If I have too much, I have a problem. So I have to find the sweet spot. You have to find the sweet spot for yourself. But when I was doing keto, I was really missing the fiber. And one of the reasons why I stopped doing keto, because some of you are probably wondering about that, is number one, yes, I'm really zeroing on trying to lower my cholesterol a bit. But, well, 2 things. Number one is that I don't have a gallbladder, and even taking the enzymes, it was really kind of hard. Somebody was at the door. But anyway, so yeah, as far as like keto goes, number one, I was really having trouble digesting the fats comfortably. I can do it, but it is uncomfortable. So I just choose to maybe step away from that so much. Every now and then I'll still have a high fat meal, but this last week I had it twice, and I just didn't have carbs at those meals because it would digest better, right? But it still was, you know, kind of hard for me. Number 2, when you do keto, it's like you have to do keto. If you veer from it once, you have to do a restart, and in order to get back into ketosis. And so I stopped right before the holidays because I'm thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, you know. And so I just choose not to go full force keto right now, and I'm going to zero in on this Weight Watcher thing and just concentrate on that. And I do feel better, so maybe that works for me. Tonight we're going to dinner with some friends that we're really looking forward to seeing. I'm not really worried about it. Usually I'd be kind of like, oh no, what am I going to get? There's going to be fattening things. What can I have? You know, and there's always something to have. You know what I mean? Even if there's something higher fat and stuff, then just have less. You know what I mean? You have to work with it one way or another. But I'm not so worried about that because the friends that we're going to see, food is, no matter how good it is, can only be secondary to the friendship that we have with these beautiful people. That's what I really want, is we just really want to spend time with them. You know, that's the treat. That's the dessert right there. And I could spend all night talking to my friend and let my food get cold and I would not be sorry in the least bit. But anyway, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And I know I'll be okay with points and things like that. Now, tomorrow evening, my husband's already laying the groundwork for going to the buffet, which I have to tell you, I'm handling that as well as I can. I've developed a system, a buffet system for myself because my honey loves the buffet. I want to tell you, last Friday, he wanted to go to the buffet, so we went. And then Saturday, he said, you know what? I got full too fast. I'm really upset about that. I don't feel like I used it to its full potential. I want to go back tonight on Saturday. So we went back on Saturday. And I stayed within my points and got blue dots on both of those days, and took, because I also track in a little paper journal, which I take with me as well as online. It really helps when you do the buffet because, you know, I can't, number one, I can't get Wi-Fi in the casino, so I can't do my app. So, and then secondly, I don't want to spend the whole time there. I'm having dinner with my husband trying to look stuff up and put it in the app, right? So I jot down everything that I have in the amounts that I have, a tablespoon, a teaspoon, whatever it is, you know, quarter cup, whatever it is, and I write it all down and then I just put it in later. And so I'm able to be much more accurate that way. So I've developed my own little system of dealing with that. So I went back both days and I was completely fine. So the buffet does not scare me anymore and I don't go hog wild. So, but anyway, I'm going to let you go for now. If you have any questions, just please ask me and I will do my best to answer them. In the meantime, I will see you guys in the next vlog. Love you guys a lot. Thanks for hanging in there with my update. I know it was a little long, and I will see you next time. Bye. Good morning. I am taking this with me. It is my parfait, my breakfast parfait. I'm going to have that in addition to anything else that I have this morning because this really fills me up. It's a quarter cup of non-fat yogurt, a quarter cup of low-fat cottage cheese, and half of a 3-point container of Light and Fit yogurt, cheesecake flavor, and berries.